daily scorekeeping by individual, I mean, each one of your people fills this out every day,
Yep.
where they'll list the number of opportunities they have to sell a custom frame, the number of times they were successful doing it, and if they miss a sale, they'll give it one of 4 reasons: that it was price, or that the person needed to take it somewhere else and get approval, or the design didn't satisfy
Right.
them, or the category of other, which we try to minimize and put into the 3. And so what you're getting now is you're getting a running total of the times where you're missing the sales, and you can start to weigh, okay, is it price starting to get more
Right.
of a reason why, and maybe we need to back off or whatever, but you're gonna know because you're looking at it each and every day by individual, and then we're combining them by team so that we
Right.
get those results. And already you're starting to see some pretty cool results on this.
We are.
Yeah, you started out in the month of January right around $200 an average ticket for any time that we sell a custom frame, and in April it was $235. And we just looked briefly at what's happening in May, and your closure rate is starting to
Yeah.
grow. Well, it was down in the low 80s, it's now up in the low 90s, and the team is starting to improve all the numbers.
Right.
And what we find on this is that the longer we continue to look at it, it's not about forcing anything or saying we've got to improve because of the numbers' sake, but it's
Right.
just a scorekeeping every day and looking at it and analyzing the misses and where it's going within 6 to 8 months always makes a dramatic effect in a
Yep.
company. So if you're doing the kind of projects you're doing each month,
Mhm.
and we just, in here, you've already had a $23 increase to average ticket in just, since we've started,
Yeah.
and the $17 increase in price that's coming, some really cool things are gonna happen for you cash flow wise, without forcing the issue or making it look like we
Right.
just jerk prices up. It's
Right.
happening organically because
Right.
the designs are improving.
I think one thing too that I think is so cool about it, and that I really love about it is that as owners, both Larry and I are always very aware and watch very carefully everything that happens in the shop for processes, procedures, looking at the numbers, and you have this sense of what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's more intuitive than it is solid. And so that's why I spend a lot of time, and I think a lot of times I've spent way too much time looking at numbers on the system in ways that necessarily don't give me the information that I need, whereas this does. And it confirms or puts into question your perspective of what's really happening there. Because I think one of the first things that you said is we need to focus on the skills and the training and make sure that we're selling in order to meet, the requirements and bring that up. So
Really well said. I mean, that is, so I think that we have so many things to think about when we run a company like this, and the fact that you two are so involved day to day, and every aspect of your business is something that you're dealing with. The more that we can make it something simple, what really matters, how simple can we
Right.
make it? And if you look at average ticket and the skills to raise it
yeah.
as just maybe your top priority, it will make a remarkable difference in
Yeah.
your business. It doesn't mean all the other stuff goes away.
Right,
but
right, but I mean, and just to be able to understand, it seems basic and simple enough, but to understand that everything is measurable.
Yes.
And if you're not measuring, or if you're not, and keeping track of it, you're stumbling. Well, why that person went out the door, you didn't make the sale, it isn't always just a price objection necessarily.
Exactly.
What was it about that process weren't they comfortable with, or and by knowing that what you're doing there
Yes,
is, you can, again, it builds this confidence.
it does.
You know that your salespeople are being courteous, they're meeting the client, they're drawing the client into the process, and that you're increasing that comfort level at the design table.
Yeah.
And when you add that along with the confidence in knowing that your pricing is strong.
Right.
You can say, if there is a price objection, well, we don't have to offer this person anything other than the best products, and we have ways of doing that.
Yeah.
It's just a great, I think that's my takeaway here, is that it is a good thing to keep track of
Yeah.
all aspects of the sale.